All right, what is up, internet world? I believe we are officially live. Hopefully, you guys are having a good. What is today? Sunday? Is Sunday? Sunday afternoon? It's been kind of a nasty, rainy weekend here, so been getting caught up on some editing and a few other things. I see a bunch of guys in the chat here. Jeff, how are you doing? See a guy from Louisiana. Josh and Maxwell. Josh, I'm sorry, guys. Max and Joshua, how are you guys doing this evening? I cannot talk here. So before we get too far into the chat and get way off on some crazy tangent, a few things I want to mention here right in the beginning. One, Jeff, thank you. Appreciate that very much. You guys don't have to do that. We definitely appreciate it. But the couple things. One, Christmas is closing in. We still do have some merch on shopdirtperfect1.com. So if you guys are looking for some Christmas gifts, be sure to check out the website shopdirtperfect1.com. If you guys aren't interested in anything, that's perfectly fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings at all. But if you guys are, I just want to make sure you get that stuff before Christmas. So shopdirtperfect1.com. Check that out. The second thing, I mentioned this in one video a while back, and I need to post more about it. Catherine Elaine just posted a link. Thank you. Hopefully Jared's doing good. Haven't heard from him in a while. The second thing is we are doing our biannual DOT training, compliance training with Officer Hoover. You guys have seen me post some videos from this training we've done in the past. Myself, Logger Wade, Farmer Chris, Officer Hoover. We all kind of conjoin forces, go together to put this training on. Hoover does just an absolute excellent job with it, and there's Officer Hoover right there in the comments. So between Hoover, Logger Wade, Farmer Chris, and myself, this has been a huge success over the years. Like I said, I posted some videos from there before. We're going to open it up to you guys this time. So if anybody out there watching has interest, it's going to be January 5th here in Derby at the Derby Community Center. Probably going to start around 8 or 8:30 Central Time. That hasn't been officially locked in yet, but somewhere in the morning. We usually get done sometime early afternoon. If you guys are interested in attending, I need you to please email me if you can. Mike at dirtperfect1.com. That's Mike at dirtperfect1.com. Catherine Elaine's got a link there too. I believe we're going to have plenty of room for everybody. But I want to make sure we don't overpromise and underdeliver. So if you guys are interested in attending, that's awesome. Just contact me so we can make sure we can save a seat for you. We have a lot of locals that usually attend this, and want to make sure we don't get too crazy. We do have some limitations on the seating and capacity, so just want to make sure everybody's got a space at the table if you guys want to come. So email me, Mike at dirtperfect1.com. And yes, Farmer Chris also feeds us, which he does an excellent job of. So there will be a free meal as well. And if we know how many people's coming, we make sure we got food for everybody. So one last thing, Catherine says she wants to come if Farmer Chris is cooking. If people know Farmer Chris is cooking, that might be as big a draw as the actual training itself. One last thing I want to mention before we get too far into this is if you guys haven't yet, I know a lot of you guys follow me on my other channel, A Few Points from Perfect, which is a podcast channel. We go into long format and do interviews with other people. We try to do 10 or 15 of these a year, usually through the winter. Farmer Chris and I have got this thing fired back up this year. We've posted 3 podcasts so far. The first one was just kind of a live. We're back. The second, hanging out with Josh Casebolt this weekend in Nashville. Boy, you're having a good old time there, Swamp Diver. That's a Josh Casebolt I know. You're having a good time. I'm reading the sidebar conversation here in the comments. So anyway, Farmer Chris and I have got this thing fired back up. And the first one was Catherine Lane just posted a link to that channel as well. The first one was a good podcast. It was just an open live feed, kind of our let's get caught up a little bit. The second podcast we posted, I think personally was one of our best podcasts we've posted, and it was with Logger Wade. If you guys don't know, Logger Wade's also a fellow YouTuber. Kind of got me started. He's my neighbor. And most importantly, of all that, he's a really good friend to former Chris, myself, and Captain Kleeman, lifelong friend. We've known each other way before YouTube. And Wade kind of took a step away from YouTube for a while, and we had a lengthy conversation with Wade about that, kind of why he did that. And if you guys haven't noticed, he's back. He's posted a couple videos, so check out that podcast, guys. It is a really, really, really good one. If you guys don't follow Wade's channel, if you don't follow Logger Wade's channel, he is so close to 100,000 subscribers. So if you guys can just go over there, give him a little bit of love, and see if we can get him over that 100,000 mark. That'd be huge for him. So, but yeah, Wade's an awesome dude. The last podcast, the one we posted today, if you guys don't know, we try to post one every Sunday through the winter. Was with Captain Kleeman. It's an excellent podcast as well. Kind of goes into Kleeman and I's relationship all the way back from when we kind of first met working for another contractor up through his days of working for me full time, through his days of kind of working for me part time, and then becoming a part time / full time YouTuber. So I don't know. The Longer Way and the Captain Kleeman podcast are some just really, really, really good conversations. If you guys follow those guys on YouTube, jump over there and check them out. And especially the one with Longer Way, there's just a lot of history there, and was able to. I feel like we were able to uncover some stuff and kind of show the side of Wade that we know a little bit. Wade don't put on a front, but the version of Wade you guys see on YouTube is a kind of in some ways a calmed down version, and in other ways a ramped up version. It's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like in this podcast, Wade's the Wade we know, we've known before YouTube, off camera, yada yada yada. So, Jared, man, I see you. How you doing, buddy? Anyways, I hate to be giving shameless plugs to my own podcast channel, but I feel like Wade deserves to be heard on that one. So if you guys want to go over there, give him a listen. If you haven't, check out his channel. He's been doing this for a long time, guys. He's been at it for 11 plus years. And if it wasn't for Wade, I'm not for sure. If it wasn't for Wade, I know I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I'm not for sure Captain Kleeman would be doing YouTube. And there's Wade has influenced a lot of us, even like Lord Muck from overseas. But anyways, podcast channel, A Few Points from Perfect. Check those out. There's also a lot of other good podcasts on there. My relationship with Mr. Millennial. We have a podcast on there with Jerry, kind of his background. Diesel Creek, CNC Equipment. Let's Dig 18. Catherine just linked the podcast there, so hop over and check that out. We got a lot of our podcasts on there. So anyways, recap real quick. January 5th is the DOT training with Officer Hoover here in Derby. If you guys are interested, email me, mike@dirtperfect1.com. Still time to get some shopping in for Dirt Perfect merchandise. If you guys are interested, shop dirtperfect1.com. And last but not least, check out the Farmer Chris. If you that is true, Farmer Chris. I cannot deny that fact. If you guys haven't yet, check out the podcast channel, especially the one. We've actually got a podcast with Wade way back in the day of kind of a little bit of the history of the sawmill. This podcast we posted recently is more about just Wade and his place in the sawmill. So, but anyways, all right. Enough about me rambling on. I just want to get those things kind of out there pretty quick, so everybody clicks on this, they can see that in the first little bit there. But how are you guys doing? Wade for president. Now that's a scary thought right there. Alan, hello from Arkansas. I see a lot of you guys. Yeah, so CNC Equipment's about the scamming. I did see that. Clint has had some issues with that in the past. I'm not saying it's the same guy, but That's not the first go around he's had with it. So hopefully Clint's a smart guy. He'll get that figured out pretty good. Dozer Dennis, man, how you been? It's been a while since I've seen you on here. It's good to I see you on you post somewhere. Is it Facebook every once in a while? I see you on there. The 120 is doing awesome. It gets used quite a bit in some videos coming up. We had one small little issue on a recent job here, but nothing major at all. What's your thoughts on the case power to weight ratio, Brody? I don't have a whole lot of complaints on the power to weight ratio. The 1650 was probably a little bit overpowered and a little bit underweight, but not enough I would complain about. And the 750 is probably the opposite. It's a little bit overweight, underpowered. Again, not enough I'd complain about. Been pretty pleasantly surprised with the that. Joy, did we get parts for the man lift? Yes, they come in. I thought I had that in a video. Maybe it's in a video coming up. I can't remember, but yes, the only part I had to get was the fuel pump. I ended up getting it off of I think I got it off eBay for like $26. But both man lifts, Matt's got the one man lift rented, and then the man lift that Matt and I own together is actually rented out to another contractor. So both man lifts have been out and running for a good little while now and haven't had any issues with either one of them. So that's a good thing. Kevin, Hillside, Michigan, how are you? Yeah, Brody, Gunner is definitely so. Gunner actually runs. Oh, we don't get carried away, but Gunner actually runs quite a bit of equipment off camera. YouTube's a little bit funny about kids operating stuff, and they kind of call you out on stuff, and then you guys watching the videos, there's always one or two of you that always report me to child labor or report me to somebody every time I post a video of Gunner running a piece of equipment or on a piece of equipment. So I try to sneak a few clips in there every once in a while, but it's hard to video Gunner doing anything because there's always got to be one bonehead out of the bunch that wants to run it for everybody. So Troy Rogers, hello from Globe, Arizona. Louisiana boy missing home today. Yeah. The Amish electrician and Steven are having a heck of a conversation here somewhere. So hello from Australia. How are you doing, sir? I see a lot of you guys on here. I see a lot of you guys on here asking about the tile plow because that's the video I just posted. Got a lot of videos coming. I say a lot. There's 3 of them coming of repairing the tile plow. I don't want to give too much away, but that went pretty smooth, without any issues, and we were back plowing pretty damn quick. So got some really cool videos, really cool videos of getting that repaired. And you know what you guys got to remember is that plow was built as a prototype. We had no idea if it was going to work or not. So the fact that it put in almost 100 miles of pipe and has worked as well as what it has, and I've made the profit off it, profit from the plow that I have, that plow don't owe me a damn dime. I could not be happier with that plow. I could start over and build a new one from scratch right now and do the whole thing over again, and would be a rock star. So the fact that it was still repairable and we were back plowing tile in no time, it's sometimes what you guys think is a huge issue in the big scheme of things is just really not that big a deal. It's just another day. So, yeah, so you guys that watch the podcast, you don't see the plow sitting in the background. We actually got the plow fixed, went out, finished the job for Farmer Chris and one other small job, I believe. And then we didn't really have anything coming up for it right away, so we brought it back into the shop to make a few other upgrades, changes, just kind of keep improving on it. So anyways, man, no complaints on the top plow. It can break again in half tomorrow, and I still wouldn't complain. Any winners? George wants to know if we got any winter shop projects coming up. This winter, unfortunately, is looking a little bit busier work-wise than the winters in the past. We do have 2 smaller shop projects we're going to try and knock out. And I see you guys in here, Cozy Driver being one of them. I see you guys in here asking about Lieutenant Dan. It's still that's the ultimate goal, is to get Lieutenant Dan back in the shop. But Mr. Dig, buddy, what is up? I need to get a hold of you because I'm scheming a plan. So I'm going to stop here for a second. If you guys, I don't know why, but Mr. Dig, you see him here in the comments, his channel is really hard to find. And he has got one hell of an operation down there in Georgia. If you guys haven't seen Mr. Dig's channel, which is Ryan's channel, and not only that, he's just a really cool damn guy. Do you guys yourself a favor and go over and check out Mr. Dig. If thumb through a few of his videos, he does good videos, and he's got the operation he runs is insane. He puts me to shame. It's embarrassing that I'm even in the same space he is from the type of work he does. But for some reason, he cannot get much traction on YouTube, and he deserves it. He's one of those guys that deserve it. I feel like Mr. Dig's going to be like Neil Kof one of these days. You know, I've known Neil for a long time, and his channel just kind of puttered along, and all of a sudden it finally did what it was supposed to and blow up. So I'm way off. Catherine, look, Catherine is on it. I should put her on payroll. Right there is a link to Mr. Dig's channel. Get over there, check it out, give him some love. He's just a good dude. He's just a good dude, and I kind of met him through YouTube. I would say we both kind of have. He runs a lot of Hyundai equipment, so I kind of met him a little bit through Hyundai. But he deserves some love. There's just some people out there that deserve some love, and he's one of them. Sorry, I got way too far off track here. So. I don't think you guys will be disappointed if you go over there, sub to his channel, watch a few videos, help the guy out a little bit. All the blue cups over my left shoulder, them are all Hyundai cups. They're left over from an event. Somehow I ended up with them. They're just some random stuff. Bill, how are you? Steven, West Virginia, Mr. Dig. Ryan, I need to get a hold of you, bud. I've been meaning to text you. It's just been so busy, but I'm hoping I can make a trip down there in February if that works for you. But I'll get a hold of you. Yeah, man, go check out his channel. Dallas from West Virginia, Dennis. Happy James, I see you too. Good question. At Jake Jack, where is Jake at? Catherine, I miss him. I'm scrolling. Maybe I missed something. I'm sorry if I did. You guys are commenting so fast; it's hard to keep up. So, Todd Valley, I appreciate that. The tile plow kind of got. We covered this a little bit in the build videos. It kind of got built and designed out of necessity. It was kind of during. Kind of during COVID, and we had a big job coming up. I couldn't even buy one, and everything that was for sale was kind of out of my budget a little bit. And I told Aaron, I said, let's. So Mr. Dig looks to be a demo guy. That is not true, Daniel. So go over and check his channel out. But he's actually a huge recycler and owns a quarrying operation. I don't think he does any demo that I know of other than recycling demo debris. So he's got a lot going on over there. It's a big damn operation. It's a big operation. Wish Chris could find him a man behind the scenes. I mean, good help is hard to find. I don't think that's a big secret. We got way more work than what we can do, but I'm happy with the size I am. I think Chris is kind of the same way. Uh, yeah, tractor chair cowboy, that's probably a better explanation of it. Oh, got you, Catherine. Um, that's awesome. Um, awesome. The It looks like so. Anyways, getting a little bit off subject here. Catherine's comment here kind of reminded me of this a little bit. You know, we were up at Louisville at the Utility Expo, and Casey, how are you? We were up at Louisville at the Utility Expo, and had had a couple of guys come up to me that kind of started excavating or got into construction work because watching the videos either I put out or Chris put out or whatever, and absolutely happy with what they do. And there's nothing wrong with being in this industry, and there's some really good money to be made in this industry. So getting people to CMDSR, good deal. Glad you guys are here. Glad you guys are here. I always see your comments afterwards, and I feel bad. I wish I had control over the old YouTube notifications, but see those guys up there at Louisville come up to you and say they're kind of in the industry because of you. That means uh, that means a lot, because that's kind of the purpose behind the channel in some ways, is promoting our industry and letting people know it is a viable career. There's nothing wrong with there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing what we do. So TriStar Daniel, what's up, man? I think I got I do. I think I still got your hat on tonight. That's another good channel if you guys haven't checked it out yet. Just try start digging. So my Dixie cup is cracked, Jeff. That's not good. KG, yes, I have seen him. Good operator as well. So Merit 1970, Aaron cannot be duplicated. That's probably a good thing, to be honest with you. I mean, the world only really needs one of him. 307 Garage, I appreciate that very much. You guys watching, commenting, and interacting is what gives us motivation to keep making them. So you guys do have a part in this channel continuing, to be honest with you, because if you guys don't interact, you guys don't participate in the channel, don't comment, subscribe, like, all the good stuff, it's kind of a sign to us that maybe we shouldn't be doing this no more. So your guys' comments, you guys supporting the channel, it does make a difference. I still personally read probably 90% plus of the comments that come through on my channel. It's kind of what I do every morning when I get up and every night when I go to bed. So if you guys comment or somebody responds, it's me. It's not anybody else. So Alan, how are you? No, William Fritz, I do not have anybody do my videos for me. I do all the filming. I do all the editing. I do pretty much everything. I mean, Aaron obviously helps me film, which I'm very appreciative of. And I got one other person that helps me a little bit on the back end with some YouTube stuff, but it's not much. I still do everything. How long have I been doing YouTube? I believe it was 5 years in November. Sparky's Garage, any updates of the DLT stuff with Officer Hoover? Yeah, we talked about that in the beginning. January 5th, around 8 a.m., the community center, Derby Community Center. Email me if you're interested, just to make sure I got room for everybody. But you're more welcome to attend. Max, tell Joshua I said hi as well. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Just subscribe to Mr. Dig. Awesome. James wants to know if we're doing the Florida auctions again. Yes. My plan is to make it to the Florida auctions. I think I'm going to be there like the 9th through the 14th. I haven't booked anything yet. That's not 100% fulfilled for sure. But the plan is to go to Florida, go to the auction, hang out with my friends, meet a few of you guys, and not spend any money and come home. Because the last 2 years, the not spending money part has not went over real well. So that's the plan. Blizzard in Alaska. I don't. Uh, that don't sound like any fun. So far, uh, we've been pretty lucky here the last several years. We haven't had much snow. We used to get a bunch of snow as a kid. We haven't got a whole bunch of snow. We've got a bunch of ice off and on, but I'm sure our day's coming. They say the weather pattern's changing again too. So, uh, yeah, Clint. The problem is you do have a number to spend money, but your wife's got an address to send me a bill, so it don't. I don't know. It don't work out that well. You know how it is. I would not be good at Clint's job because sometimes I go one or two ways at an auction. I either like get really like reserved or really conservative and don't buy shit, or I see something I really want and I go stupid on it. There's no in between. And usually I'm the reserved way and don't buy crap. That's why Clint has to buy everything for me. Like that dump truck, the two trucks that Clint bought for me. I probably wouldn't have bought myself if I was there. So I'm glad he was there to bid for me. So I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Clint. And they both been really good trucks. I can't complain for them being I can't complain for them being auction buys for sure. Um, all right, we got to slow this down here a little bit here and see what Logan Daddy. How are you, Josh Wilkins? Yeah, the cost of equipment is ridiculous anymore. It seems to have leveled off a little bit. Clint's got his finger on the pulse of that a whole lot more than I do. I don't get too carried away with equipment prices until I'm looking at buying something. Then I kind of do a whole bunch of research and see where I'm at. So, Dozer Dennis, Trucker Track. I need to get with Todd. So you guys been around the channel for a while. Oh, Todd at Trucker Track. He's had a lot going on down there. But if you guys need any undercarriage parts or stuff, Todd has definitely got the hookup for sure. It's definitely got the hookup for sure. Check him out, truckertrack.com. We're going to need to put undercarriage on the D4 here sooner rather than later. So I'm going to have to get with him at some point. I did talk to him a while back about something. He ain't changed a bit in case you guys are wondering. He's still 100% crazy. Ben Mills, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I got a long format podcast on my other channel, A Few Points from Perfect, about my relationship with Matt, Captain Kleeman, Logger Wade, man behind the scenes, Clint. To answer that fully, I suggest you head over to the other channel, check that out, and listen to some of those podcasts. We're not the best podcasters. Some of the audio is better than others. I apologize for that. But Catherine Elaine, is the promo code still good or active at Trucker Track? As far as I know, it is, but I haven't talked to Todd about that in a while. Used to, you could use promo code DIRT and save 5% on an order from Trucker Track, which if you're buying an undercarriage was a pretty good deal. But I don't know if that I haven't talked to Todd in 6 months. So Red Dog, I'll have to check. My Facebook Messenger is a mess. I'll be 100% honest with you. Shane W., what's the name of the other channel? It's called A Few Points from Perfect. It is a podcast channel. We go into long format about different conversations and different things, and do interviews with different YouTubers and different people. Got a lot of stuff lined up for this year. It's stuff that's hard to cover on the main channel because not everybody's interested in it. So it's kind of just another place to go do stuff. Somebody just asked if you ever dug up anything. Spank, did you ever dig up anything interesting? That is probably the most common question I get, and honestly, the answer is no. The most interesting stuff we probably ever dug up is just some old cars or some random junk. I wish I had a good story. I know we've done a lot of digging and just nothing interesting. So, Catherine just linked the podcast channel. Thank you there. Yeah, Jared Spoons, uh, CMDSR. Yeah, the big rocks. Yeah, we find several of those around here. Yeah, well, Farmer Chris. Oh boy, yeah, we found a few water lines. I wouldn't call that interesting. One thing's for sure, the one water line we hit with Farmer Chris, it proved our drain tile we were putting in. Uh, the drain tile we put in worked. It's a little hard to figure out where the water line's at whenever you got an 8-inch drain tile plowed in that went right through it. The amazing part about that is, if you guys know what video I'm talking about, is the PVC pipe was bent around the plow. Sent Chris down to get parts. We come up short on pipes. We end up straightening the pipe back out and reusing it, and it's still working. Um, it's well, thank you. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. From Norway. Ordered merch from. Hopefully, it did make it to Norway. Awesome, 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 awesome. So we got our merch. This year we ended up going with a different company so we could ship international. And it looks like it's working. So it just got a little bit carried away for us, a little bit too crazy for us to do anything. Closest thing I ever dug up was a huge fossilized tooth in solid rock. A lot of the limestone rocks around here, even the ones set out in front of our store, you'll see fossilized stuff in it. But man, some of these guys have some really cool stories about digging up some really random stuff. I ain't got nothing. Maybe one day I will. Right now, I got nothing. So Chris is while you're here. So yeah, Chris and I got a pretty large audience that crosses back and forth between our two channels, which is awesome. So Tony, Massachusetts, how are you? Hoover says we need an Officer Hoover t-shirt. That's a possibility. Definitely a possibility. NAM 988. What's the story behind the spoon on the 750 exhaust? Please elaborate. So that is a question we get all the time. And if you guys comment on why is the spoon hanging on the exhaust on the 850, I probably responded with planned worked, thank you. I learned a long time ago doing YouTube, mostly whenever I put a camera underneath a vehicle, underneath a piece of a truck, or I put a camera on the bottom side of a truck or something like that, I'd get 10,000 comments about what's wrong with the truck and what's going on, this, that, and the other. And I realized generating comments was actually good for the channel. So the spoon is 100% a comment generator. The only reason that spoon's on that exhaust stack is so you guys will comment and ask why it's there. Another example of that is you guys love commenting on flat tires. So if I'm going to video truck, sometimes I'll purposely let air out of a tire so you guys get all riled up and think that I have a flat tire. You guys sometimes, Matthew Baker, we might try to get another one with Jerry. We're working on that, but sometimes you guys forget that I'm actually on the job site. I'm actually filming it. I'm actually editing it. I'm actually posting it, and I'm still watching it. So pretty good chance if there's something seriously wrong. I've seen it in one of those things, but you guys always want to make sure you comment. Like back in the another one I can think of is whenever we went to back Bubba Dump up the dam. You guys are all freaking out that I had a huge hydraulic leak or the hog head was leaking. Well, I just had a little bit of oil in my truck. I just poured it on top, let it run down in front of the camera when I backed up the hill, and it worked like a dream. And honestly, you guys get entertainment out of making the comments. I get entertainment out of kind of knowing what's going to generate. I've done this long enough that I know what's going to generate comments, so it's just kind of fun. Daniel, have you ever considered making a super stick for the 210? Yes and no. The one that I have is actually too big for the 120. It's just what I could find in the scrapyard. I think we're going to take that one and repurpose it for the 210. But we just haven't. It's not been high on the priority list. We're probably going to have to Yes, Jeremy, 8787, the fire extinguisher and the 850. That was another one. I took the fire extinguisher out of the 850, just had the empty bracket back there. You guys freaked out about that. Um, so I will give, I'll have to give Aaron credit. I'm pretty sure the spoon was his comment generator. Uh, he, local Chris, your birthday today? Well, happy birthday, buddy. Um, I think, yeah, well, actually, I know I will have to give credit to, I have to give credit to man behind the scenes with the spoon up there, but usually they run their course. Like everybody figures out it's a comment generator and they quit commenting about it. But for some reason, the spoon keeps going. So as long as you guys keep making the comments, uh, we just leave it there. It's an inside joke between us, to be honest with you. Uh, it's just I don't know. It's cheap entertainment. It's just one of those cheap inside jokes. It's kind of harmless and it makes me smile. Yep, snake base one. Uh, there's been a bunch of them over the years, and when we were working on the brakes on Bubba Dump, we purposely put a piston in backwards in one of the brake calipers. A lot more people. Uh, uh, a lot more people caught that than what I thought they were going to, which was pretty cool. Aaron taking his seatbelt off when we were in a truck every time we were filming going down the road. That's another one. There'll be some videos coming up where he purposely puts it on so people comment about that. It's just random. It's just random stuff. Yeah, George, the gift's the spoon that keeps on giving. That's for sure. Wilford Meeks, I appreciate that. Appreciate that a whole lot. I seen somebody. Yeah, B422 Mac. I laugh. I do laugh every time. The dozer's sitting right down here with the spoon on. I'm still laughing about it. A snake on the exhaust. Aaron does hate snakes. That's no. Uh, Joy, you're gonna have to. I'm not gonna let any cats out of the bag on that. You're gonna have to stay tuned for that. Now the wheel stand on the Mac was not a purpose comment generator, but once I knew it happened, I knew it was a comment generator, so we just kind of wrote it out. Jeff, Aaron has definitely got considerably better on the dozer over the years. He's getting pretty slick on it for sure. So, which that's nice. Never, Brian. I've never seen the challenge belt up close. This is the where's it at? There's a Joshua's can. Don't want to lose that. So if you guys don't know what he's talking about, this was the excavator operator challenge that Hyundai put on, and the goal was to beat me. I think we had 50 or 60 guys showed up to compete, and spoiler alert, I won by a pretty large margin. That was a pretty cool deal Hyundai put on. There's actually a full live feed video of that whole competition. Andrew was there, Chris was there, Matt was there. There were several other guys there, but that was a pretty cool deal. And I don't know if it was luck or skill, but somehow I managed to pull it off and get the win. Lieutenant Dan's the biggest comment generator of all. Yeah, that one's not intentional though. You are right. That's been a very good comment generator, but that one was not on purpose. That was an incidental comment generator. Morgan support. Are you on down to Billy Good Farms this winter? I'm trying to get my schedule, Chris's schedule, Jeff's schedule, Ryan's schedule, Florida's schedule. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna have to cross paths there all at the same time. I want to. I'm planning on it. I'm going to try to, but it's not set in stone. Catherine just posted the link to the operator challenge live. That was a really cool part. Joy, I wish I had an answer for you. At this point, I got to get the outside done and then get the outside done, and I'll figure it out there. Figured it out from there. So Catherine, I wasn't going to bring this up, but since you did bring this up, Jared actually beat me in qualifying, but I whooped his ass in the actual competition. I think pressure got to him. Yeah, there you go. Jared was a good sport, though. I had a feeling out of all the guys that got through, there was a couple pretty good ones in there, but Jared was going to be my biggest competition. He was the one I was probably the most worried about, and he ended up not having a good run. George, is the play in the bucket on the 304 comment generator? No. It's just you guys think it's a big deal, and it's just not. I don't use that piece of equipment a whole lot. I'm not putting a whole lot of money into it. It works just fine. It's just not a big deal. So, so they did Blackie in-house. Some guys up there did Blackie in-house. They basically bought an interior kit for it and did it in-house. That's not really an option. Not really an option for me. So, TriStar Digging actually has. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think the Roadhouse video is going to be able to make YouTube. That's about as bad as the tattoo video. But TriStar Digging's got some video from that competition as well. So he can vouch. TriStar Digging can vouch in the comments that I kicked everybody's ass. I don't know if it was luck or skill, but either way, I got it. Thomas, Dano Trim in Owensboro. Never heard of him, but that may be an option for sure. What am I going to donate my time to Let's Dig since you helped? I mean, if you watched the videos, bud, just go scroll back to the channel. You'll see that's an irrelevant question. Need a forced piece of equipment. Don't quite follow you there, James. Sorry. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sam. Tasmania. How are you, buddy? Yeah, George, I forgot about the. Oh man, the tattoo video. Only reason I wasn't gonna post that because it didn't really fit my channel. It's a short, but he dared me to post it and told me I wouldn't post it. So I'm like, hell with it, I'll post it. It got me in a little trouble at home too. But don't dare me because I'll do it. When's the next live with Mrs. Dirt Perfect? That's a good question. She's inside getting the kiddos ready for school. Yes, Jay, that was actually in the video. I don't know why everybody missed it. That wasn't a purpose comment generator, but it ended up being a comment generator. But yeah, that was taken care of at the time. At the time it was done. So what happened to the tile plow grade control? Mike, I get this question a lot too. So Flamin' Dirt helped me build this, and we were in the process. It worked. It needed a few tweaks. Actually, it worked really well for what it was, but it needed a few tweaks. There is video of the Roadhouse incident that involved. So, anyways, the grade control, the laser chaser worked. Needed a few tweaks to be a little bit more reliable. And Flamin' Dirt and myself started in on round 2 of it. Then I had a company reach out that was going to kind of sponsor part of this deal. And that is still looking like it's going to come through, but it's taken a lot longer than what we anticipated. So it's kind of put us behind schedule because we stopped working on it. So long story short, that's where we're at. I wish I had a better update than that, but I don't. Doug, that I don't want that. That's not good. And if you look, you'll see why. That's not. I don't think you fully understand how the system works, and I'll leave that. It's not bad, but it's not good the way you think it is. Let's put it that way. Lasers are cool when they work. Don, I don't know. I don't know if I think the day I retire is the day they're probably gonna somebody else is gonna dig a hole and put me in the ground. It's kind of the way my family runs. Um, where's the Gumby figure, Mike? Man, you're one of the few that ask about that. I am surprised. I'm surprised that has not been more of a comment generator because it is right where it's always been since the day I started YouTube. It is in almost every shop video, and you're one of only about 3 or 4 people that have commented on it in 100 million views. Um, that cracks me up. That cracks me up. And I have not moved it. It's been in the same place since day one whenever I started doing YouTube. I happened to see it one day whenever I was filming, and I thought, man, that's probably not appropriate to be in the videos. I thought, well, I'll leave it there until somebody comments on it. And channel's got almost 100 million views, and there's been maybe 3 comments about that, 4 counting yours tonight. Did you notice it? I'm curious now. Did you notice it, or was it from my previous comments whenever I challenged people to look for it? Sorry, that caught my eye. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I can't pronounce your long name there. We'll call you Skull Guy. But so you noticed it without me saying anything? That's awesome. That's awesome. Now we're gonna have everybody on the Gumby hunt again. So the story behind uh, Officer Hoover, you're gonna be disappointed because I got me a new hat coming up in a video. So the story behind this, it was in a truck I built, and I don't want to give too much away. It was in a truck I built. I sold the truck. I kept it. I hung it on the wall here in the shop. And it's in a very prominent spot in the shop, like a very prominent spot in the shop. And it's not like overly little. And it's not appropriate to be in videos. But nobody ever sees it. It blows my mind. You guys pick out the smallest little details on the stupidest things in these videos way in the background and nobody ever noticed. And this one thing is right in front of everybody's face in these shop videos and nobody ever comments on it. It blows my mind. You guys are unique characters, I guess. All right, enough about that. Eric, man, I'm doing awesome. Hanging out with you guys. So DLT Barry Woodbarky, if you guys follow me way back in the beginning, in the winter, I used to always wear all kinds of goofy hats. Kind of got away from it a little bit. I don't know why. Even before YouTube in the winter, I used to wear goofy hats. But the kids got me a new goofy hat, so I did wear it for a couple videos coming up. Adam, it's not, I'll give you a hint, it's not around the toolboxes. Everybody focuses on me. Oh boy. Sometimes I even look to see if it's still there, and it's still there. It hasn't moved. Like it literally, if you find it, you can go back all the way to the very first shop video, and it'll be in the same spot. So, Brian, how can is it Brian? Oh, Ryan, how do I purchase one of your hoodies? Shopdirtperfect1.com is the best way to get a hold of that. Shopdirtperfect1.com. Catherine Lane just posted you a link there. You can. Jared, I need to get a goofy hat for the next operator challenge. You think that'll distract me or distract you guys more? It's yeah, SLC Farms. Brian, you were in a bit. Yeah, I'm calling you Skull Guy because I don't know how to pronounce your name, but don't give it away. Let them find it on their own. Travis, yeah, you remember all the hats, man? I had some good ones back in the day. I thought I seen one of them still right here. This is one of my favorite ones right here. You guys remember this one? This is my favorite one out of all of them. Oh yeah. See, still got them. I got all kinds of these. I started off with a bear. I had an elephant. Had a reindeer. This is my favorite one. They had the interlocking balls. Oh, this one don't have it. The one had interlocking balls. Oh, it does have it. See? Oh man, these things are awesome. See? You just can't go wrong with one of these. Keep the winds out. It is good stuff. So, have you used Cleveland's? Sean Price. So, oh, this cracks me up. You guys, I don't know. I think it was on my channel. I know it was on Cleveland's channel. But Cleveland got me a 40th birthday gift, and it was an attaboy, so I could pat myself on the back without hurting myself because I was getting old. And it's the damnedest contraption you ever seen in your life. I didn't want to throw it away, and I didn't have a spot to hang on the shop wall, so it's actually hanging on the bathroom wall down here in the shop. And people don't normally come around the shop. They go in there and they see that thing, and their first word is, "What the hell is that thing?" But yeah, I still got it. It's hanging on the shop wall down there. Yeah, that was I don't remember. I know it's on my channel somewhere, but I don't know what video it was. But Cleveland's got a whole video of building on his channel. Yes, the attaboy. That was a good little. Can I finally tell you the official plow height? You know, I'll let you guys down on that one. I don't know if we ever actually went back and posted the actual height, but the actual height ended up being like 9'2" is what it is. It is bigger than what. If you guys seen the video of it getting broke whenever it's laying down in the back of the truck, when it's laying down in the back of the truck, that's when you can really kind of see the size of it. Joy, do you still have the can crusher? Yes, I just used it a while ago. That thing is actually working stupid well. That was a fun little random one-off project, and yeah, it works. It works really well. So for just being some throw together scrap metal. Ken, case dozer in place of the D4. If the scenario was right, I'd replace the D4 with the case dozer. I would really like to. How much does the plow weigh? Officer Hoover, I can't disclose that because you may use it against me in the court of law. So we're gonna have to hold off on that one for right now. Heavy. That's how much it weighs. What was I talking about? Officer Hoover totally distracted me. I forgot what I was saying. Completely forgot what I was saying. Oh, the Devil Owl. Yes, the Devil. I was Officer Hoover, and SOT Metalworks was a Devil Owl. Oh, do I still have the old Jeep? Yeah, Jeff, we do still have the old Jeep. Gunner and I actually drive that thing around quite a bit in the summertime. It still needs a new transmission. Gunner is hell-bent on we're going to put a new transmission in it this winter. That might end up being one of the shop projects if we can get time. Rick's Morning Blues, hello from Evansville. How are you? Can Crusher, is that what I was talking about, Joy? Yeah, it still works great. For something random, we just built out of crap parts in the garage one day. Chris, what's the best construction site that you did this year? Probably my favorite job we've done so far this year is that pond with Lover's Cove. That was just a really cool. That was just a really cool random job. Now, Clint from CNC Equipment here. We're gonna start throwing darts back and forth because you do more trucking in more states than I do, there, bud. He's stirring the pot over there. Stirring the pot over there. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. I'm just gonna accept the point. I'm just gonna accept the point that I'm not even gonna argue this point because I know I'm gonna lose. So, Clint, I forgot to tell you there. Then I seen you up at the auctions, but I'll text you. But we are doing their DOT training January 5th, Derby Community Center. You, your dad, anybody else that's interested from up in your area, you guys are more than welcome to come down again, hang out, have a good time. I'll text you as well so you'll remember. But you can't come without your dad though, because he's the life of the party. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna. Yeah, good deal. It's a good time. Officer Hoover does Hoover does a good job with it. I mean, there's a lot of laughs at my expense, Wade's expense, maybe a few at Clint's expense, who knows? But it's all in good fun to. It's all in good fun to educate everybody on how to do stuff the right way, and Hoover does a really good job of that. So we're gonna have to wrap this up for too long here, guys. Just to kind of recap, if you guys do want some Dirt Perfect merch for Christmas, might want to get that in sooner rather than later. ShopDirtPerfect1.com. If you guys are interested in the DOT training, email me, Mike@DirtPerfect1.com. I believe we got plenty of room for everybody. I don't know for sure how many locals are coming, and I don't know how much interest there'll be from you guys. So I don't want you guys to hop in a car and drive all the way down here and then we not have a seat for you. So email me if you can, so I can just kind of make sure everybody's got a seat at the table and we don't get overwhelmed. And Farmer Chris is cooking as a free meal comes along with it, so we've got to make sure we have enough food for everybody. And then if you guys haven't yet, check out the podcast channel, especially the podcast with Wade, because it's a really good podcast. We did a podcast with Wade back in the beginning, but that was more about the business. This podcast here is actually about Wade. We've also got one posted with Captain Cleveland. We posted this morning, and it's a good time. I got podcast posted with DOT Woodworking, Officer Hoover. Got podcast posted with Clint from CNC Equipment. That was a good podcast as well. We kind of went back and rehashed how our relationship got started, and you guys follow both of our channels. It wasn't the best in the beginning, but we got her figured out and damn good friends now, and both of us are better off because of it, for damn sure. So check it out. A few points from perfect. Like I said, I hate to plug that channel, but a lot of you guys ask me questions that require a long format answer, and going over to that channel and being able to ramble on an hour or so about something like that seems to be the best way to do it. And one of the best parts about YouTube is some of the great friends and awesome subscribers I met, man. Like I said, I haven't been doing this overly long. I believe I just started my 5th year, but it's been one hell of a ride for sure. So we got if you guys haven't yet, also check out Logger Wade's channel. Logger Wade he's got some hit or miss content, but he's got some really damn good content. But Logger Wade is getting really close to 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't, go over and check out Logger Wade's channel. He is so close to 100,000 subscriber mark. I'd love to see him get over there. Jerry Hartman, the name of the podcast, the channel is A Few Points from Perfect. Once you find A Few Points from Perfect, you can go down through there. We've got everything labeled by season and episode number, so you can kind of scroll down through there and find what you're looking for that way, and see what strikes your fancy down through there. But yeah, Catherine just posted a link to Logger Wade. Jump over there. He is closing in on that 100,000 mark. He's been at it for a long time. I'd love to see him get over that hurdle. Wade has done a lot for me over the years, so if I can help him get a few subs closer to that 100,000, is the least I can do to help pay him back. And yeah, I think Wade's going to stay on YouTube to some capacity, which will be good. And then Mr. Dig, man, I don't know if Ryan's still here in the comments, but you guys need to check out Mr. Dig's channel. He does a good job with his videos and just hasn't got much traction, and he's been at it for a while. So check out Ryan's channel, Mr. Dig. It's definitely worth the watch. So, Robert, any new machine demos coming up? There's stuff on the works, but nothing for certain is the best way I know to put it. Lord Muck, yes. So Lord Muck is making a trip back over here. I'm hoping to actually sit down in person with him. That's going to be a fascinating podcast. That's going to be a fascinating podcast for sure. He's I think Chris actually introduced me to Lord Muck's channel a long time ago, and kind of followed him off and on. He does a really good job and a really interesting guy. We got to hang out with him quite a bit. He was up at the Utility Expo with us. Clifton, yeah, I don't, man, I don't know for sure, but I need to get that, I need to get that stuff lined out pretty good. So Catherine just posted a link to Lord Muck's channel. It's an awesome, awesome channel as well. He's based over in the UK. He does some review stuff, some Will It Start stuff. He's kind of the UK version of, different but the same. He started off kind of being the UK version of Diesel Creek. But just all in all, just a really cool guy. So, Ray, we got some more really cool video coming to the side dump. That thing has actually been a huge surprise. So, all right, guys, I hate to get off here because I love hanging out with you guys and answering your questions, but I have got to scoot. TriStar Digging. It's another good channel. Go check him out as well. Sam does a good job with his content. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Got a lot of cool videos coming this week, mostly of repairing the tile plow. You guys are not going to want to miss out on that. I appreciate everything you guys do to keep supporting the channel. It does not go unnoticed for sure. So catch you guys on the next one. Later. Have a good night.